Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Spiritually Fly Sunday. I am Faith Hunter, and if you've tapped into these Spiritually Fly Sundays, you know already we are going to be talking about a little something that's in my book, Spiritually Fly. Today's Spiritually Fly word is actually two words. It's a whole situation. Spiritually Fly Sunday today is about golden glitter. So earlier today, I shared a post online about what is golden glitter, and people were probably like, what is she talking about? Golden glitter, as I shared in my post previously, is this concept that I came up with in the process of writing my book. And as I've written, when I was writing my book, I thought about so many things. And if you've ever written a book or you've written some serious content, you can't help but relive situations, especially when you are tapping into energy that is related to your childhood. A lot of the work that I do is related to my childhood. It's about childhood reprogramming. It is about childhood healing our childhood wounds. And I do this through a variety of tools, which I talked about last week through the soul prints. So from meditation to breath work to the yoga asana to journaling, like all of the healing modalities, to energy work like Reiki. And in order for us to get to this place of deep personal healing, we do have to revisit our childhood wounds. We have to go back and reprogram, reset, re-examine, and uncover what really worked and what didn't work. And golden glitter is this overall concept of who you are, meaning who you are at the depths of your soul. Who was that young self that was shiny, that was bright, that was radiant? And the beautiful part is that we have the capacity to return to that. What I talk about in my book is that during our childhood years, our light is dimmed. Right? It's dimmed through a variety of reasons, or dimmed by a variety of reasons and situations, right? We experience trauma. We sometimes, a lot of times, I don't know, a lot of times, our parents and our caregivers, those that are taking care of us, will dim that light. And oftentimes they don't even realize that they're doing that, because maybe they haven't dealt with their childhood wounds. Maybe they haven't uncovered their childhood trauma, and more than just uncovering and recognizing it, but working through it. So then when they're raising us, right, when they're raising you, what happens is that their fear kicks in, their insecurities kicks in, their lack of self-worth kicks in. And that's where the golden glitter comes in. Golden glitter is directly connected to our self-worth. So when we know who we are at the core, at the heart, then we are able to shine bright, to be our true selves, to be our most authentic selves, to speak up for ourselves, to stand strong. And then what happens is that essence of who we are is kind of left sprinkled around. So let me just go on and dive into a little reading. I am reading from page 66 in my book. This falls under Sutra 3. Sutra 3 is Face Your Demons with Compassion and Bravery. And the golden glitter is mentioned in this particular section under the demon of shame. And the demon of shame, of course, is directly connected to some childhood wounds and behaviors that we engage in as teenagers, as adults. And often that's reflected in our choices and decisions in our lives. And then even for myself, I am constantly battling my own internal demons, right? They're not just going to disappear with one yoga class, or they're not just going to be eliminated. I'm not going to be able to tap into my self-worth immediately. But through the work, through the intentional work of my own personal healing, I'm at least able to recognize it and somehow be able to navigate this uncertain world that I'm living in. Okay, so again, this is on page 66 in the section called The Demon of Shame, and it is in Sutra 3, meaning chapter 3, Face Your Demons with Compassion and Bravery. I'm going to read a little section and then I'm going to jump down to another section. Shame is directly attached to self-worth. Self-worth is very different from self-esteem, for it goes beyond the highest feelings of feeling value. It's deeply knowing and personally recognizing our greatness. So self-worth is about recognizing our greatness, identifying those things that make us amazing, unique, and powerful. And when we are able to tap into that, we're able to recognize that that's when our golden glitter starts to shine. All right. Golden glitter is made up of magical particles of self-worth that are sprinkled across and throughout every area of your life. And like real glitter, it also is impossible to get rid of. When you know who you are and feel comfortable enough to be yourself in all settings, your golden glitter is felt through dialogue, absorbed by others through eye contact, and left behind in their hearts and memories. And what I share in my earlier post today about golden glitter is that concept was deeply inspired by my grandfather, because that's kind of what he said to me. He didn't call me Faith, he called me Sunshine. And he always said, and this was a moment as a teenager, because I asked him as a teenager when I was not feeling very worthy. I was extremely insecure as a teenager. And I asked him, I was like, why do you even call me that? And he goes, it's your radiance, it's your eyes. When I see you, I feel you. When I think about you, I remember all that you have brought to my life. Like you've brought that life to me, that light to me. And I want you to remember that, right? And so as a teenager, it was hard for me to reconnect to that. But then as an adult, not as a 20-year-old, not as a 30-year-old. I mean, it's been years of unpacking. I was able to actually tap back into my golden glitter. And sometimes I'm not even able to stay in that place. Most times I'm not able to stay in that place, because it is a daily practice of returning to that aspect of self-worth. All right. When you recognize your personal strengths, talents, and passions, and allow them to inspire your career, the universe co-creates through opportunities and easily personal manifestation. So that's the really cool part, is that when you are living in your self-worth, and I often examine this as an adult, when I am living in my self-worth and I'm truly stepping into my power, my manifestations start to come true. Because part of that self-worth is believing in myself, trusting that my skills, my talents are going to guide me in that right path. And then the opportunities start to unfold. I walk through the doors that are truly clear, right? And bright, meaning they match up with my brightness. And I'm able to step forward into my manifestations with power and grace and confidence. But here's a little something I didn't include in my post earlier. Oprah's golden glitter is insanely bright and magnified and can be experienced, felt, and absorbed like a glitter bomb. The power of her, meaning Oprah, golden glitter is transferred across the media and replayed by millions of people every single day. Now, if you are thinking you could never reach that state, pause and do the 30 seconds to center scan you practice above. So in my book, I have this practice called 30 seconds to center, which we're going to do after I finish reading. Notice what comes up. It's definitely a little demon lingering from childhood, meaning that insecurity that creeps up sometimes in our meditation, or in those moments where we're still, or when we're like, I want to feel powerful, I am confident, but then you're like, the internal clenching happens. That's just a little demon. on Halloween. How perfect is that? I'm talking about demons and ghosts and shadows on Halloween. And let me read this final passage or final sentence. It's simply a subconscious experience that attempted to wash away your golden glitter or dim its radiance. So what I'd like for you to do tonight is to close your eyes and place your left hand over your heart and then your right hand right in the middle of that. And take a couple of deep breaths in and out of your nose. And so instead of 30 seconds to center, which is my recommended practice in those moments where fear starts to creep up, we're going to do a little bit longer than 30 seconds. We're going to drop into our center for about a minute or two. And as you breathe gently in and out of your nose, I want you to think about the word self-worth. What is your self-worth? What are your gifts, your talents? What do you feel confident in? Meaning, what are your highlights, your personal, internal highlights? What are you sure of about you? What makes you unique? What makes you truly a divine being? Now, as you start to think about those things, I want you to be aware if a little uncertainty or self-doubt or lack of self-worth starts to creep in. And that little ghost, that little demon is like, nah, don't believe it. It's okay. Just breathe through that sensation in that moment. And then in the depths of your breath, allow who you know you truly are to come forward. And if you need a visual to remember who you are, I want you to think about those moments in time where you achieved something great. But don't think about the achievement. I want you to think about the feeling that you had in that moment. That radiance and that light that was shining from you in that moment. That's your golden glitter. That's who you are at the heart. And that is what will aid you in living out your dreams and supporting you in your manifestation process. That feeling of your greatness. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, empty out. One more deep breath in through your nose. And exhale. And as the hands fall, you can start to open your eyes. And today's session, Spiritually Fly Sunday of the Word, it's pretty quick. I just wanted to share a little bit about the concept of golden glitter, offer up a little moment of a meditation. And if you are just now jumping in, don't worry, I am going to reshare this or repost this, so it will be up. And again, golden glitter are those beautiful particles, those aspects of your self that are bright, that are shiny, that are only uniquely you. And when you are feeling less than, when you are feeling like you can't move forward, when you're feeling like I am not capable, stop, pause, close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths, and recall and remember a moment that you overcame or you succeeded in, and remember that feeling. So it becomes a reminder of your golden glitter, and it starts to stick inside of your heart. It can be challenging, I know. I work on it every single day. So know that in those moments where you're like, oh, know if I want to wake up. I don't know if I want to move forward in this day. I'm feeling like it's going to be sucky. Do the same practice. Close your eyes, even in bed. Breathe deep and remember an amazing day that you have had before. Remember the feeling that you had on that amazing day and allow that aspect of golden glitter to carry you forward. And as I think about what I'm sharing right now, talk about childhood stuff. I am in those moments where I am feeling just so heavy in my heart about not having my older brother, or not having my father around, or not having my grandfather around. Like, it was three powerful male figures in my life that are no longer with me. They were these constant cheerleaders for me. And so, especially on those days when I'm feeling insecure or filled with self-doubt, I often use this same process of closing my eyes, remembering their faces, remembering their words, like my grandfather, golden dust, like such an amazing human being, overcame so much. And he always had this smile on his face. And so I bring myself back to that feeling and that sensation. And then I know. And then I know that I can do this. I can move forward. I can be brave. I can be strong. And yeah, that's what I just wanted to give you guys today. I had no idea that I was going to go there, but talking about him and thinking about the amazing men in my life that supported me, that are no longer here, that are my guides and my ancestors. Obviously, they are sitting with me right now because they were these constant reminders, these constant amplifiers of my golden glitter, because they saw something that I couldn't see. Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much, everybody, for being present today. And just remember that all you have to do is pause, breathe, and reconnect to your greatness. And if it doesn't feel like you can in that moment, think about someone else that was your cheerleader, that supported you, and that reminded you of how bright you are. Tap into their energy and let that support you. So, today, the Day of the Dead, I am remembering those that are dear to me, that are no longer here. And I honor their presence. So I'm going to close my eyes. So if you guys want to join me for one more moment, I didn't realize it was going to stay on this long. Close your eyes for another moment. And I just want you to think about those individuals that are no longer with you in their physical presence, but are in your hearts and your minds, and the souls that are watching and guiding you on your way. And think about how they supported you when they were alive and walking the earth. And give honor to them and thank them. Thank them for their presence in your life. Thank them for supporting you. And thank them now for watching over you and being your guides. Wow. And as always, helps to say their names. So I invite you to say their names out loud. So I will say those three that came to mind today. My dad, and his name was Columbus Hunter, but everybody called him Jack. And my older brother, Michael Hunter, Dr. Michael Hunter, because he worked hard for that. So Dr. Michael Hunter, thank you for always being there. From the moment I was born, he was my big brother watching over me constantly. And of course, my amazing grandfather, Golden Doss, for always reminding me that I was his sunshine. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, beautiful Sunday and shine bright. Thank you. Stay spiritually fly.